Good morning, everybody. Buongiorno. Welcome to this IG Live with an amazing chef. The amazing chef is a woman, and she's really, really, really famous. I just interviewed her on the Italian channel, and now I'm switching on the American one. I hope you guys are coming. I see some people coming. Hello. This amazing lady, because she's truly amazing, it, it's you know her. I think you know her. It's Lidia Bastianich. I'm just waiting that maybe she takes a moment, because I said to her we see each other on the American channel.
Here we are.
Buongiorno. Good morning again.
Good morning. How's everybody?
I think they're very happy to see you. So,
Buongiorno. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I hope you're all safe and sound and you're cooking away with your family in your kitchen.
you're so good, Lydia. You're really born for TV.
Well, I love, I have connection with all of those, the followers, the viewers. It's because food is connecting, food is giving, food is, food opens the door. You see, when you cook for somebody, when you offer somebody some food, that means that you want well for them.
Yes.
And that's I communicate like that, and I see a lot of people are longing for that, are looking for that. And a lot of people, especially here in America, maybe they think they can't cook, but they can. And so maybe I make it for them, make it easy for them. Ciao. Hi, everybody. I see so many of you.
You can cook, guys. You absolutely can cook. So we don't need, okay, if you have a mama or a sister as Lydia would be better, so you can learn more. But actually with this technology, we try to be very close to each other. Can't wait to enjoy Becco's. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I will see. I hope it's opening soon. We'll be there. We'll be there. We'll slowly with you and us all together, my family, we will get back into cooking. I love you all. I see I get a lot of loves and a lot of hearts, and I love that. Thank you very much.
I asked you already on the Italian interview, but I want to ask you also here. How is your mama? Your mythical mama?
My mother, 99 she is, and she is fine. We have, we are lucky enough to live just actually in Queens, outside of the city, and we have a garden. We have a little garden, and we plant. And she loves that. She can't do much planting, but she takes her walker and she goes to the garden every morning and she looks at everything, how it grows. So we have a lot of salads coming up, radicchio, the parsley is just becoming, the basil is coming out, the tomatoes are small. And so she enjoys her garden, and she is on top of things.
I would love to see your garden one day, even through the telephone. Maybe we do a specific IG live for this one day, if you don't mind, because your garden is a legend.
I have, I think, CBS News coming over. Because growing, as I think I talked to you about it, but I grew up in a setting with my grandmother in making food for the family, because in the aftermath of the war, things were difficult. And we had animals, we had ducks, we had geese, we had rabbits, we had goats, we had pigs, growing food and making, it's at my basis. But I think that people are getting into it ever more. Here in America, I know in Italy everybody has, if you have a piece of land, you plant your 2 tomatoes or whatever. But here on windowsills now, people are beginning to plant tomato plants, basil plants, and whatever. And this is great to see, because there's such a great satisfaction out of a seed, out of a little dirt, to see something grow that you can enjoy. And it's the gift that the earth gives us, and we have to learn to appreciate more and take care more of our surroundings.
Well, what happened with the pandemic, it's true that our relationship with nature is going to change a lot in the next future, I guess. Hopefully,
Well, I hope, it's been tough. This has been tough, certainly for the whole world, this pandemic.
Yeah.
But let's be positive and let's learn something and let's take something out of this experience.
Mm-hmm.
Cooking together is one of them. I see, being together closer with the family and understanding that. And I understand that, I think everybody's getting a little bit edgy, as they say here in America, too close to each other. But let's learn the positive things of being close to each other. And also, yes, let's learn to respect, how important nature is and the environment is. So let's look for the things that we can learn from this, let's say, negative experience as a whole.
Yeah. What they were asking, what kind of vegetable would be great to start a new garden? Where would you
I
start?
think I think that it depends if you can have maybe 3 by 4 yard piece of land, and you
Right.
can plant four tomato plants. You
Mm-hmm.
can do a little corner of basil, a little corner of parsley. These are all
Easy
certainly,
to grow, actually, parsley
yes,
and basil. Yeah.
yeah, and you have it all year round.
Mm-hmm.
You can go there and then you get salad. Salad is easy. The seeds, and it's just like planting grass, and
Mm-hmm.
it grows. And then you can cut the salad and leave the roots, and it regrows.
Mm.
You can get 2 cuttings out of the salad. That's so simple things like that. Onions and garlic and potatoes, those are more difficult things. But these greens, we love Swiss chard. And, there's the seeds. And I have a beautiful harvest of Swiss chard. Yesterday, my granddaughter, Julia, she loves Swiss chard. So yesterday, for the first time, the Swiss chard from our garden, and it was so delicious. It says, Grandma, this is so delicious. I
Yeah.
said, from the earth, in the pot, and on your table. Didn't see the refrigerator or anything. Great satisfaction.
From your heart to your heart, we can say, because it's truly
Exactly.
like that, actually. But
Exactly.
what about sage? Because sage is quite nice to use in our food.
Sage, yeah, sage is good. Thyme grows good, also, and sage is good for chicken, pork. I also make sometimes you have a pasta and in bianco, just a little bit of butter. But if you put 2, 3 sage leaves in the butter, it gives it a different flavor. And then you can just simple butter, sage, and grated grana, a pasta, and it's delicious.
Yes, also with tortelli is a classical. But how do you do pasta in bianco with sage? Do you have a specific technique, or how you do it?
Well, you put a little bit of. Okay, so you cook the pasta separately.
Mm-hmm.
If it's fresh pasta, it absorbs better. But even dry pasta, I don't make cooking complicated. You don't have to always must have something. Even a little spaghetti is good. And then separately in the pan, what you do, I put the butter, and I put the bay leaves. I don't let the butter split.
Mm-hmm.
I leave it just to melt. I
Yeah.
add a little bit of the pasta water in there,
Mm-hmm.
and just let this cook. So a little bit of the pasta water, the melted butter, and the sage leaves, and you let that cook. And this makes a little sughetto, a little sauce, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sughetto, nyam nyam.
Yeah, and then you just take the pasta right out of the water, and you put it in this sauce. And if you're missing this little sauce, a little pasta water will always do. A little bit more butter, not too much, but pasta water will do. A little fresh pepper and grated grana padano, and you're all set.
You're all set. I was talking about your fantastic ravioli cacio e pere at Lidia.
Yes.
That's very good, actually. It's
Yeah, it's a simple thing. And I got that recipe in Bologna.
Mm.
So in Bologna, la Piazza delle Erbe, there's right behind it, the portici, Bologna has all those kind of walkways. There's a store where they make le sfogliate.
Mm-hmm.
They make pasta. They make pasta, and they make tortellini. They make also some cake. I went there, about 15 years ago. There was a mother and 2 daughters. And I went there because I wanted to learn how to make la sfoglia alla bolognese. You know, the sfoglia emiliana is supposedly, that means the sfoglia is the egg pasta. And the best in all of Italy, they make it in Bologna. So I went with this mother and daughter because I wanted to learn how to make it. But while they were making and teaching me how to make the pasta, the mother, she was great. I mean, she pulled the pasta and you could almost read the newspaper through the pasta. It was so
amazing.
yeah.
Read the newspaper through the pasta is interesting. It give you the transparency.
Yeah, but one of the daughter was making this filling. And she was making this filling. She had grated cheese, grana, and some pecorino, two different cheese. And then she took fresh pears and she grated fresh pears.
Amazing.
And mixed it in there. And I said, what are you doing? She says, oh, these are tortelli al cacio e pepe. Oh, voy a assaggiare. Yes, I want to taste. And it was so delicious, so simple. So I said, I'm going to steal it from you, but I'm going to always give you credit.
Oh, that's nice. Very nice.
Yeah. And La Sfoglina is still there. So if you're in Bologna, go behind. The mother passed away, sadly enough. I was just there last summer. The two sisters are still there, and they're still working hard. And they give a cooking class, too. So if somebody wants to go there for a cooking class, a pasta cooking class, the sisters are there. But in my book, wherever I use this recipe, I give them credit. But it's a simple, straightforward recipe, and it is delicious. I can't take it off the menu. Everybody loves it.
It's true, they're really surprising and very good and very simple at the same time. And I like the fact that you give them credit, because it's nice also to be, you know, to show some friendship always with women, you know, to be, you know.
But you know, Maddalena, everything that I do, you know, people say, oh, is this your recipe? No, it's not my recipe. It belongs to the Italian patrimony. And, you know, you deal with recipes all the time. Yes, you modify them a little bit. You add maybe something of your own. But I don't think that, you know, I invented any recipes. There certainly is enough in the Italian culinary patrimony. I mean, it's enormous. Every region you go, I still to this day, after 50 years of doing restaurants, I go around Italy and I always find a new recipe, a new product, a new way of doing things. And I love it.
A new technique. But can we switch the cacio e pepe ravioli in a pasta dish? I mean, using the same kind of ingredients and doing a pasta? Because can we do that?
You know what works very well? We make a risotto.
Ah, buono.
A risotto with cacio e pepe. So the same thing. The onions, you make simple risotto with the cheese and the butter, and the different cheeses that you would put in, a little pecorino and grana, and then we grate the pear in the risotto, and the pear gives it that freshness and the sweetness. So a risotto cacio e pepe is delicious.
Very interesting. You have to know, because in Italy it's true that cheese and pere and pears are really a classical for us. We have also, you know, way of saying al contadino non far sapere quanto. I cannot translate that in English.
Well, contadino non far sapere quanto
buono formaggio con le pere.
Well, because the contadino, you know, this is the feudal system, if you will. You didn't want the workers to know how good, because they would eat up the cheese and the pears. So you didn't want to know how really good it is. It was just for the chosen few. But it's for everybody to really enjoy and have. Absolutely. Pecorino, especially I like a young pecorino, not an old pecorino, a young pecorino, or a pecorino from Fossa that it's been matured with ripe pears. Delicious.
Yes, pecorino I prefer also not too seasoned, not too old, because it's very strong, the taste. Depends. Yeah, it's true.
Right.
But I was saying in the other interview in Italian, that I went with the IG Live to your son house apartment, Joe, in New York, and he showed us his fridge. And you have to know, guys, that Lidia prepares everything for Joe's family. It's full of little boxes of amazing food.
Little jars. I use pint plastic jars and quartz plastic jars, and I cook. And especially now, and Maddalena, I told you, I have my mother here, but cooking is for me is a joy. and so it passes my time. And as I told you, in these times, we have about 10 elderly neighbors that I cook for as well. And every Tuesday and every Friday is delivery to the neighbors. And I make big pots of soups. But, I did it, I always do it, even for my kids. And then I put it in these containers. So Joe likes his vegetable soup, and the kids like very much chicken soup.
Chicken
and then,
soup.
Yeah, they like good chicken soup and lots of vegetable soups and sauces. The lobster sauce, I make a duck sauce, and I put in this little pints. And then the rest they do themselves. They put the pasta and whatever. So he showed you, huh?
He showed me everything, and I'm not sure who is more lucky than your neighbors or your son, but I think they're both very lucky. And what about Tanya? Tanya is cooking. She likes to cook.
Oh, she's a good cook. She's a very good cook, but she's walking distance. So I made a drop off this morning. I Swiss chard from the garden. My granddaughter Julia, she loves Swiss chard and potatoes. I have to share this recipe with all of you out there because
I love this moment.
Okay, so you take some potatoes and you peel them, and you put them to boil in water, in abundant water, because to this you will add Swiss chard. So when the potatoes are halfway done, you take the Swiss chard and you wash it and you cut it, and the stems also, you use the stem, cut them, chop them smaller. So you throw all of this into the halfway cooked potatoes, let it cook all together, and then when it's all done, you drain it. In that same pot, you clean it up, you put oil, garlic, sliced garlic. You just let that a little bit let the aromas come out, and you throw these potatoes and Swiss chard into that, and you kind of mash it. You mash it, kind of, between Swiss chard and potatoes, and it's so delicious. My grandmother used to make it for me all the time, and I make it for my granddaughter because she loves it, and I brought it to her this morning.
Mamma mia, che fame, Lidia! But now it's about for you almost lunch. What are you prepared already, or you have to prepare? You have to.
Well,
cook.
I made yesterday, so I have because of my mother. I made yesterday a minestrone. I have wild fennel in my yard because go forage for wild fennel for my grandmother, and she made a minestrone. So I made a minestrone from wild fennel, beans, and corn.
Excuse me, hold on a second, Lidia. You did or she did?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
But she cooks with you?
Well, no. What she assists. She cleans the garlic for me. She sits at the table because she can't stand up. So she sits at the table, she cleans the garlic, she cleans the onions and all of that. So she preps everything for me. So she does help me. But today we're going to have that soup, a little soup. And I think I'm going to make I know I'm going to make because I'm going to go on live also after I'm finished with you, I think at 1:00. And I'm going to make matriciana. Rigatoni matriciana.
Bonnie.
And so I'm finished making them on live on Instagram. That will be our lunch: the soup and the rigatoni.
Yes, because when you work in the food environment and you cook a lot, then you eat basically what you prepare for the stories, because
exactly
you don't have any choices. But are you going to publish any books in the next future?
Yes, I'm working on. Actually, I just handed it in, and one pot meals.
Okay.
So
you use one pot. Yeah.
Right, one pot meal. And also, I just, it should be out in 2021. I don't know what 19 came to my mind, but 2021. And, but we filmed actually in my house with my grandson Lorenzo, who, we filmed for PBS. We're going to have a special dining in house with Lidia, in my house. So it's going to be 2 1-hour specials.
Amazing.
Yeah. So it's about cooking in the house and talking with grandma and whatever. So the viewers that are on here, just look your PBS station and you will these specials are going to be on the next Friday, I think, on the 20. So make sure you see, I'm not a great promoter in the sense I don't, but look at the VS station and you will see that, and it will be on social media as well as on the TV, on the screen.
I think you don't remember everything because you do a lot of things, even if you are locked down. That's
yeah, you'd be surprised. People really want to know. And like this instance with you now doing this, your viewers want to be in touch. You want to connect with your viewers, and you want to kind of, I guess, give your viewers an opportunity to cook, to do with the family, share what you're all about, and so a lot of that is happening. A lot of that, and a lot of people we're going to be doing with CBS a special in the garden. That's tomorrow morning. We're going to be taping it. I don't know when they're going to air it, but I'm going to do it via Zoom. The interview via Zoom. There's going to be one cameraman in the garden. So a lot of things are happening. And I love to be part because it gives me a chance to communicate with my my viewers, my diners, my clients. I miss them all.
Stay close, because we need to stay together at the end. Humanity needs to stick to each other. Otherwise, we feel alone. That's real. Because what happened actually put all together very closer, even if we are physically distant, but we are closer. Inclusion is the next future, not exclusion anymore, just including people, and food is inclusion always.
Food is the ultimate connector.
Yes, ultimate connector. Very nice.
Absolutely, and the question is that it doesn't have to be fancy meal. It doesn't have to be, even that spaghetti pasta with butter and cheese and sage. That's not hard. Everybody can do that. And
and healthy.
You put it on the table, a glass of wine, and you share. Food is, I see that is the bond. It is, thank you for putting it that way. Oh my goodness, from Missouri.
Illinois, we have all America, all the United States.
America, stay safe, everybody. Please stay safe. It soon will be over. Keep on cooking, nurturing yourself, your family in the kitchen, and think positive.
Yes, you're amazing, Lidia. We have Texas too, and California. We really have all the U.S. states. I'm really happy that Idaho, you see. Thank you so much for this interview, and I really hope to see you in person very soon. Lidia, get me the green card. I see Virginia, awesome. You have really a lot of love around you and around your family, and Canada for sure. So thank you so much. Thank you, Sarah, that you did the good questions. Actually, Sarah said, which is your favorite Sunday meal? Can we say that quick?
Last Sunday what we did one of the family favorites, and those that follow me on television know, chicken and potatoes and onions. And, with rosemary, and you lasci rosolare, you make it, caramelize it in the pan on top of the oven. And Tanya was here with her family, and that's what we had, with a nice salad from the garden. Was a great meal. Thank you for asking.
Thank you, and grazie.
Thank you, un bacione to all of you out there in America. Please be safe. The kitchen is a safe place. Stay there, cook, enjoy, and tutti a tavola mangiare, as I say at my show. Sit at the table and share with your family some food, some love, some ideas. It will soon be all over, and we'll be back doing what we love. Ciao.
Ciao, Lidia. Grazie.
Ciao.
She's so amazing. Thank you to New Jersey. I see. Thank you, New Mexico. And really, Lidia Bastianich, she's amazing. And what she said, kitchen is a safe place. It's a really interesting things to remember. So let's stay in the kitchen. Let's stay together. And please be safe and be positive. Big kiss, and we'll see you next week or maybe before. Ciao.